Can I see the lyric? Oh, okay, okay. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Hey, hey, hey. Da-da-da-da. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning to everybody online and to all of you in the room. Welcome. Are we going to say the Indigenous? Yeah, thank you. I was just waiting for the slide. So let's just give thanks to our Indigenous families that have placed so much energy and love and attention to the lands that we live and play and utilize. And to this we say thank you, Hachka. And more songs, I believe, James.
Okay.
Right on. Thank you.
I am spirit-led, spirit-fed, everywhere and always I'm spirit-led. I am spirit-led, spirit-fed, everywhere and always I'm spirit-led, flowing like a river peace. I am nature's wandering child. Love cannot be added to me. I am made complete in the divine. I am everywhere and always I'm spirit-led. I am spirit-led, spirit-fed, everywhere and always I'm spirit-led. I am spirit-led, spirit-fed, everywhere and always I'm spirit-led. There's magic in every day, like a beautiful song. And as I'm choosing my way, there's a void inside to guide me along. I am everywhere and always. I am spirit-led, spirit-fed, everywhere and always I'm spirit-led. I am spirit-led, spirit-fed, everywhere and always I'm spirit-led. I am spirit-led, spirit-fed, everywhere and always I'm spirit-led. I am spirit-led. Spirit God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the words thy words have made. I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, Creator God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, Creator God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. When through the woods and forest glades I wander, I hear the birds sing sweetly in the trees. When I look down from lofty mountain grandeur and hear the brook and feel the gentle breeze, then sings my soul, Creator God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, Creator God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. When I shall find Christ's essence here within me, then I'll know peace and joy will fill my heart. Then I shall bow in humble adoration and there proclaim, my God, how great thou art. Then sing my soul, Creator God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, Creator God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sing my soul, Creator God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sing my soul, Creator God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou
Thank you, James, and welcome everyone this morning, no matter where you are. We're so glad you're here. And unfortunately, this morning I have a rather sad announcement. Our beloved Toby passed last night. So our hearts are with Jim, and I'd like to read to you a poem and then lead into prayer. Near a shady wall, a rose once grew, budded and blossomed in God's free light, watered and fed by morning dew, shedding its sweetness day and night. As it grew and blossomed fair and tall, slowly rising to loftier height, it came to a crevice in the wall, through which there shone a beam of light. Onward it crept with added strength, with never a thought of fear or pride. It followed the light through the crevice's length and unfolded itself on the other side. The light, the dew, the broadening view were found the same as they were before, and it lost itself in beauties new, breathing its fragrance more and more. Shall claim of death cause us to grieve and make our courage faint or fail? Nay, let us faith and hope receive. The rose still grows beyond the wall, scattering fragrance far and wide, just as it did in days of yore, just as it did on the other side, just as it will forevermore. So let's just come together and open ourselves to the essence that is Tova. The consciousness, the love, the beingness, the givingness, the willingness that this beautiful lady displayed to us here on earth. And in full appreciation of the Tova we knew, we know and bless and release and set free that consciousness. We do not allow our grief to hold her back, but we bless her on her journey, knowing the ongoingness of life, the ever-expandingness of consciousness, and the oneness of all being. And so we just sit in gratitude, knowing wholeness, knowing love, knowing peace. And so it is. And I invite Brenda to come back now with the reading for today.
Thank you. Yeah, that was shocking news this morning, so I think we're all rallying around that. I wasn't scheduled to do this, but by default, I thought, well, we could do a daily word, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to share with you, I'm no Patricia, and I'm no Thomas, but I'll do my best here. So I had something happen in my life recently, and the title for the daily word would have been forgiveness, which is kind of a curious thing because the event that happened in my life, I did the forgiveness. And by doing that, I haven't done this for months, I started writing. So in my writing and the healing of my forgiveness, I thought of something called calm competency. I love to ride my bike, and I love to walk in the woods. And I'm sure we've all experienced times where you're doing something, like when I ride my bike, and there would be times where, like, coming up to a pole, I was like, okay, don't hit the pole, and then bam, he hit the pole. Or crossing a river or a stream on a log, a rickety log, is like, you're thinking, okay, don't fall in, but then you fall off. So I've come to figure it out. To have success in these things, I have to use my intuition. And once I use my skill and my intuition, there is success. I'm sure we've all had that happen. The intuition is spirit. So when we use our intuition, it is spirit guiding us. I'm also a nurse, and I've been doing that for a long time. I'm skilled at what I do. I put big needles in people's blood vessels. it's a huge skill set, but my success comes from using my intuition to guide me in that. There are times that I don't even have to see what I'm doing. I just know. I can feel it. And through my intuition, I'm successful. So I'm thinking we're all competent at something. So let's bring our intuition with us in that, whether it's driving a car. So your intuition might be letting that person go ahead of you. Your intuition walking down the street, just smile at the person, be kind. That is spirit. And I thank you. I think that's it. Okay. Have a good day. And more music. Thank you, James. Okay.
There is more than enough in the universe that you created. There is more than enough on a planet of sacred design. There is more than enough for humanity made in your image. Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'll go without? Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'll go without? Your infinite love made me everything I see, and all that will ever be is your infinite love. Let my soul know the truth, whatever we choose to do, your infinite love will prove more than enough, more than enough. There is more than enough in the universe that you created. There is more than enough on a planet of sacred design. There is more than enough for humanity made in your image. Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'll go without? Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'll go without? Your infinite love made me, made everything I see, and all that will ever be your infinite love. Let the world know the truth, whatever we choose to do, your infinite love will prove more than enough. Your infinite love made me, your infinite love made me, made everything I see, and all that will ever be your infinite love. Is your infinite love, your infinite love.
Thank you, James. It's such a pleasure to have your energy in the room. Thank you. So, who's driving your karma? What part of you, or who, or what has got its foot on your gas pedal? How fast are you growing, expanding, moving towards your goal? And what's slamming the brakes on? And why? And when? What's stopping you? What are you afraid of? Who's the navigator? Who knows where you're going? How often do you shoulder check? You know, when we get old, like some of us are, and we have to take a driving test, I've been practicing hard making sure I shoulder check every single time because I get you for that. But are you so busy watching what's going around you that you aren't watching where you're going? Are you using the steering wheel for direction? Or are you trying to steer using the rear view mirror, thinking about all your mistakes and bringing those along with you? Great analogy, right? What if there are no mistakes? What if there's no good and no bad? What if the things that we call good and bad are just stages of development? Like when a human infant is born, it just lies there for a while, right? And after a couple of weeks, it starts to wiggle around, and one day it rolls over. And people are so excited, and they take pictures and videos and post them on Facebook. And you know how when moms and dads, when the baby is born, they keep sitting it on their knee, trying to sit it up. And one day it sits up by itself. Remember that? And more pictures go up. And then one day it learns to crawl. And then it pulls itself up on the furniture and starts to see life from a higher perspective. And then one day it takes its first adventurous step. And then it starts to string its steps together. And one day it runs. And then it goes out and runs and plays and grows and develops, gets stronger. And maybe we learn to jog even. And some of us work really, really hard and train and run the marathon. And that's the epitome of physical goodness, right? Are we then to infer that being a newborn baby just lying still and not doing any of that stuff is bad? Maybe that's what they mean by original sin. Remember that sin just refers to missing the mark. So maybe being born in original sin is just being born not knowing, in the dark, so to think.
Or self-inflicted nonsense.
Yes. So what if developing our goodness is like that? What if this good, evil, better stuff is just a progression, and everybody takes those steps in their own time, at their own perfect place, and every single step is to be celebrated, and every single stage is absolutely perfect for the person doing it just the way they do it? What if everything we have ever done has been good? Because it's been at the stage of the development that we're capable of being. And perhaps every one of us as persons, or perhaps as souls incarnated, started out as a sinner and were working our way to good. Or is goodness something that we, our souls, bring into us, into this life experience with us? I don't understand about karma, but I find it's fascinating to think about, right? Is it karma that we bring in a lot of good into our lives? And are people who are experiencing hardship in this life being punished for a previous life? And if we've come into this life and we're enjoying a lot of good things, is that a karmic reward? I don't know. But if it is, boy, I must have done something right sometime. Because look at me. I often think of that song, if my friends could see me now. Because I didn't always feel this blessed, this good. For a long time, I felt pretty hard done by. I didn't feel lucky. I didn't feel successful. I wasn't prosperous. I failed at love. I failed at marriage. I failed at mothering. I failed at looking after my body. And now look at me. Now look at me. You know what I always say I am? Happy, rich, and good looking, right? I'm prosperous, and I'm happy, and I'm loved, and I'm loving, and I'm appreciated. What caused that change? What's the shift? Well, I'll let you in on the secret. One word. Surrender. Don't we just hate that word? Because we think it means giving something up. But it just simply means stopping struggling. Stopping struggling about the way it's supposed to be and allowing everything the way it is. Exactly. Allowing my husband to be how he is. Or my husband's, I could say. Allowing my children to be the way they are. Allowing my finances to be just the way they are. Allowing my body to be the way it is. Allowing this congregation, this time of change, this uncertainty, to be exactly right the way it is. I'm still working on that one. I mean, this is a never-ending process to surrender to what is. It never ends. And finding perfection in the things exactly the way they are, and at the same time, holding in our mind that which would like the world to be, and acting as if, trying to get those two things at the same time. Allowing it to be, finding the perfection in what it is now, and still consciously creating something better. A little tricky, isn't it? It's hard. Not easy but simple. Simply hard. This path to self-reliance is hard. Being a self-actualized person, a person who lives up to their innate potential, is a lifelong work, isn't it? But it's worth it. It's worth it. In AA, there's a saying that everybody surrenders sooner or later. And the very first step in AA is admitting that you can't do it alone. But actually you can. You just don't know it yet. You're not ready for it yet. So we surrender to a higher power that does know something. You know, whatever that something is that does know, surrender to that. And as I say, surrender just means to stop struggling and leave behind anything that's problematic in our lives. And we can't leave things behind if we're constantly resisting them, can we? Resistance causes persistence. So let it be. Whatever it is, let it be. Often it seems, especially in AA, we think that people have to hit bottom before they can surrender. Well, some people do, but that's not necessary. It's not mandatory to go all the way to the bottom before you can let things be. You can surrender here, or you can surrender here, or you can surrender here. It's just simply stopping struggling before it drags us to the bottom. But what do we usually do when we have a challenge? How do we usually treat problems and challenges? First of all, we try to fix it, don't we? And 9 times out of 10, when we try to fix something, what happens? It just gets worse, especially if that something is a person, right? Yeah. Why do things get worse? Why do we get into that descending spiral? Because we're focused on the problem 24/7, aren't we? There's nothing else. And it just, what we focus our attention upon, we bring to us. So, second thing most people do after we've tried to fix it is we get all upset and frustrated, right? Ever been upset or frustrated? And then the third thing we start to do, and this is my favorite part, we start venting. We start telling the story, how bad it is. And we tell the story to ourselves over and over. And every time we get a chance, we tell the story to somebody else. And you know what? It keeps getting bigger, doesn't it? Until we can turn our attention away from it. So hopefully then the fourth step is we wake up and we start to remember who we are and what we're capable of. And we remember, I have tools. I've got 12 powers. I've got prayer. I've got meditation. Meditation is simply putting aside your own opinion about how it can't be and sitting. If you can just set aside the problem, what can't be, and sit, things are going to get a lot better. And we have affirmations. We recognize the power of our words and our thoughts. And finally, we're able to sit down and just have a look and ask ourselves maybe, so what am I afraid of here? Discover, what am I really afraid of here? And look it in the face and sit with it for a bit. And then ask yourself, all these things that I'm worried about, what if that happened? What if it happened? What if I lost all my money? What if I lost my job? What if I lost my love? What if I lost my life? Rather than in the over here, what if? What choices could I make? A few years ago, I had just become the minister at the Centre for Spiritual Living in Kamloops, which is a small, growing congregation. And I was invited to take part in a seminar for ministers just like me. And it was a week-long seminar presented by 5 of the hottest, top-notch ministers in the field of Centers for Spiritual Living. And we all came to this full of what-ifs. You know, what if we don't attract enough people? What if we don't bring in enough money to pay the rent? What if we don't grow? What if we can't get a children's leader? You know, what if we can't find a space to rent? All these what ifs. And these 5 magnificent ministers freely shared all of their experiences and all of their advice with us. And at the end of the week-long immersion in this stuff, I still had one what if. I have to confess, at this time, I can't even remember what it was. But I remember the response I got from Reverend Dr. Edward Villon. He's the senior minister at Center for Spiritual Living in Santa Rosa, California. And he developed a huge youth program there. And when people asked him how he did that, he simply said, just say yes. This is the kind of guy he was. So when I had my what if, finally he looked at me and his comment was, Patricia, it's only a church. What do you mean, it's only a church? Right? But finally, if we can get to that it's only a church consciousness, then we can take our lives in hand and say, you know what? It's only a divorce. It's only bankruptcy. Even ultimately, it's only death. When we can get that consciousness, then we can reclaim our power and start to drive our own karma. I'm reminded of the 4 questions of Byron Katie's work. Anybody familiar with her? I'm sure many are. So when we have an experience, good or bad, we have a belief about that, an opinion about a position on it. We believe that it should or shouldn't have happened. We have a belief about what caused it to happen. And we have a belief about whether we deserved it to happen to us. And sometimes it's actually the opinion or the belief that's really the problem, more so than the experience. So for an example, let's say my husband leaves me. So my theory, my opinion is, well, he never even loved me anyway in the first place, that jerk. He doesn't know how to love. That's the way I would take it. Wouldn't you? I mean, naturally, right? So what you do then is you ask the first question. Is that true? Well, yeah. And then you ask yourself the second question. How can we be absolutely certain that that is true? You know. The third question, and this is the key question, I love this one. Who would I be if that were not true? Who would I be if that were not true? In other words, my opinion about it is actually creating what I am. And the fourth question then is, how can I turn that around? And you can come up with as many ways as you think of to turn that around. So it might be, he is capable of love. It could be, it's me that's not capable of love. It could be, I never really loved him. Or it could be, he's always loved me and still does. How many ways can you turn around your opinion? I might have the position that I'll never be prosperous because I don't have the skills for a high-paying job. Is that really true? How can I be sure it's really true? Who would I be if that were not true? And how can I turn that around? So it could be as simple as I do have the skills. It could be I can find a way to pay for the education. It can be there's a very high-paying job ready and waiting for me now. Or it can be I really don't want a high-paying job because I'm afraid of what that would do to my relationship. Aren't these great questions for delving into what's going on back there? So essentially what we need to do is come up with affirmations to neutralize every one of our justifications about the experience. And that makes way for choice. Choice. Isn't choice a good thing? We can pick up new opportunities only when we stop hanging on to what we've got now. And I had this vision the other day of running into Country Grocers without a purse and finding watermelons on sale. Filling my arms with watermelons and going down the next aisle and finding an even better deal on mayonnaise. And walking a little further and finding an absolutely irresistible sale on chocolate. It's like, you can't be open to new opportunities until you drop the watermelon. And we tend to think, here I am, I'm here. I'm stuck in this experience, this relationship. I'm poverty-stricken and sad. And what I really want is over there. What I really want is over there. The thing is, we cannot get from here to there without letting go of here. Yes? I'm reminded of the Buddhist teaching of non-attachment. Now, Buddhists don't believe you shouldn't have things, just we shouldn't be attached to the things. We shouldn't believe that our beingness and our worth and our joy comes from the things. It doesn't come from the things. Our happiness, our well-being comes from our choices, not our things. Our choices about having, not having, our choices about anything, that is what creates our happiness. So again, the aim of this teaching, this unity work, is not to blame you for your challenges. That's the biggest pitfall. When we realize how powerful we are in creating our own experience, and it doesn't turn out the way we wanted, we have a tendency to say, bad me. No, that's not where we're here. We're not here to blame you, and we're not here to bail you out of your challenges, to solve the problems for you. The aim of this teaching is to empower you to realize that whatever your problem might be, it's only a problem. And you do have the skills and the wisdom and the power to stop struggling, leave it behind, and create what you want. Now, I acknowledge that's hard. It's difficult. It's difficult to apply this law in life because we make it difficult with our doubts and our fears and our stories and our justifications. I love that word, justification. It's difficult, but it is simple. And the work is simply this. You get what you want by making every one of your thoughts and beliefs and actions congruent with what you want. And what you want shows up. It feels like magic sometimes, but it's not, because it's already there. The very fact that you have asked for something, asked in prayer or in your intention setting, you visualized it in your mind. And as soon as that vision is created, it is actually existing right there in infinite, ever-present potentiality. All-powerful potentiality. You just have to transform something within you so that you can see it. Yeah. The universal law has only one answer, and the answer is yes. The law of mind action, yes. The law of attraction, whatever you call it, its one answer is yes. So you say, oh, I'm so sad. Oh, yes, you are, and here are all the things you can be sad about. Yes. I'm broke. Yes, okay, and there are all these ways you can lose money. Yes, 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 whatever we say. I'm happy, rich, and good looking. Yes, you are. I'm capable and worthy. Yes, you are. And it just demonstrates that. The answer is always, and it's not just our conscious mind. That subconscious mind is always entertaining uninvited thoughts, right? Say to those thoughts that come in, is that true? Is that really true? How can we be absolutely certain it's true? And who would I be if that were not true? If I chose to have that not be true? When we commit, the first thing that comes up is the obstacles to our commitment. Ever notice that? So consciously we're committed to a goal, and subconsciously we're constantly saying, what if, yeah but. I know you haven't, but some people do. So this work requires discipline, intention, and faith. You know, faith that this law that we're teaching you really is a real thing, and it works. It delivers to you what you expect. Not what you want, what you expect. And we need to really get it in here that that is true and it's possible. What we want is possible. And it can't come to us until we truly believe that. So we got to stop focusing on the negatives, not playing the, oh God, how awful it is game, but keep our minds focused on the positive. And we need to be willing to utilize the law, even when it's hard work, when we need the discipline and the intention. Discipline and the intention. Be willing to ask yourself deep and honest questions. What is it that I really want? Why don't I have it? Ask yourself that. Why don't I have what I want? What's stopping me? And embrace the answers. You know, if you sit in meditation and you get an answer, act on it. And you'll be driving your own karma. Namaste.
There's only one of us. In your eyes it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one. There is only one of us. In your eyes it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is one, only one. There is only one.
And let's just take a few moments now to turn within and allow our thoughts and emotions to just be the way they are. To acknowledge the sadness that we have felt at the passing of William Munns and Barbara Osborne and Tova Gar. But there is only one. And we are all still together in that oneness. I invite you now just also to bring into your consciousness all the people in your life that have been close to you, that have passed. And know that every life is a perfect expression, a wonderful learning experience that moves each of our spirits along its path to perfect fulfillment, to a consciousness of absolute unconditional love. And we feel that love coming back to us. And we freely express it out into the world with open hearts. This world, this universe, this all that is enfolded in the loving expression that we call God, infinite mind, universal love. There is only one. And all is well. And so it is. Do you want to do announcements? Or do you want me to?
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
I'm back. Thank you, Patricia. That was lovely. And to you, James. Awesome. All the time. All right, some news, community news. We're going to have a barbecue. Yay. June 4th at Cavalotti. Is that next week already? Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, so next weekend, same time. And then afterwards, we'll have our barbecue here at just down the road at UVI. This time we're going to ask for donations to support that, and it'll all go towards the new rebuild. So please come, bring your friends. That'd be awesome. And also we're going to have the, Yvonne is going to be hosting the United Body, Mind, and Spirit Fair. That will be on June 17th. That's going to be at Cavalotti as well, from 10 to 4. There's in Comox Prayer Circle every second and fourth Tuesday at 11:30. Next in-person service there is going to be Sunday, June 11th with Reverend Vicky, and a potluck will be following. That will be at the Lion's Den in Comox. And in Victoria, the next in-person service there will be at the Oaklands Community Center, and that will be Vicky as well, and that will be on the June 18th. Okay. Yes, because Monday is the workshop and book sale there, Monday the 19th. And in Nanaimo, yeah, just a reminder that there's an in-person meditation before service, so anybody can join, but just be prompt with coming at 10. And also, reminder, go to the unityvancouverisland.com /happenings / is that right? No. Yeah, okay. It will have all the events and all the newsletter. And please join me with our affirmation. Can I just say one thing? Of course you can. Well, yeah.
I just want you to let you know next week, June the 4th, our special guest speaker, many of you will know her from Unity of Vancouver, Janet Law. Very exceptional woman, so please come.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes, it's a barbecue, but yeah, bring a salad and dessert would be great. And yeah, that would be super. Okay. Please join me with the affirmation. I salute the divinity in myself. I am strong and able. I can do all that I need to do this day. My mind is alert, my body vital and healthy, and my way is strewn with golden opportunities. No matter what this day will bring to me, there is that in me that is great enough to meet it, overcome it, and be blessed by it. Dawn will be in the prayer room after service today, if anybody would like a little bit of extra support there. And here comes the kids. I don't know, sometimes they went outside last week. Yay! Thank you. All right, and let's give our children's blessing together. We see divine light shining as you. We love you and appreciate you exactly the way you are. Blessings. And also thank you for your abundance, everyone, and all that you do in setting up, cleaning up, tidying up. Financially, of course, is always welcome. The concert, yeah, awesome. Yeah, thank you. Yesterday we had the Valerie and Brian's concert. Many ways that we serve this community, so thank you all. Please join for the prayer for protection. The light that is God surrounds us. We are one with the light. The love that is God enfolds us. We are one with the love. The power that is God protects us. We are one with the power. The presence that is God watches over us. We are one with the presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well, and so it is. Amen. And now the peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with love as our center. Family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let it begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Testing 1 2. Check 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Check 1 2. Testing 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. 1 2. Check 1. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
And you can go onto YouTube. You live in Vancouver Island, and you can see
Hi. Oh, thank you.
I'll try. Okay, I got it.
My first name is Mary.
Thank you very much. See you around. Just want to do a little quick test on this. Would you mind taking that up and stand at the podium and just have it just crank to try and get the dog
So I talk into this one? Talk into this one? What do you want me to talk into? But you want me to talk into this one?
Just, yeah, I don't want you to talk into it.
Oh, okay.